The January 13, 2026 regular meeting of the Hawthorne City Council is called to order at 6:08 p.m. Pastor Morel Gar will be doing the invocation, the prayer, and
Can we turn on some heat, please?
we will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by, just so you can stay in motion. Councilmember Katrina Manning, can you just help us with the? I'll make sure everybody gets a chance, please.
First of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone, and we pray that this will be one of the best years that the city has ever had. Let us pray. To the all-wise God, the creator of heaven and earth, the sustainer of life and our loving Father, we bow before you to recognize your awesomeness and to acknowledge your presence in this sacred chamber today. We pause now to thank you for keeping us, protecting us through all hurt, harm, and danger in the year of 2025. And we pray for your guidance, your continued protection, your grace and your mercy to watch over us in year 2026. As we prepare for a new season of tremendous challenges, exciting new opportunities, great growth, I lift up all the elected officials you have chosen to serve over all the residents of this great city. I pray, God, that you will guide every decision and that each decision is first made with a commitment to grow, to strengthen, to heal this city from all forces that would desire to bring division. In acknowledging the legacy of the great Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., we pray for a spirit of unity that would unite all racial boundaries, all religious affiliations, all political parties, and all other agendas that would purpose to divide us instead of bringing us closer together. We pray that you would help us to put on tender mercies, help us to put on kindness, help us to put on meekness and the ability to forgive one another as you forgive us each and every day. I lift up all the members of the police department, the fire department, the first responders, the school board, the staff, our chamber of commerce, and our business community, that your hand of protection would keep them safely, that your wisdom would direct every decision that we make, and it would ultimately affect the lives of those who we serve. We pray for our community. We pray for an overwhelming presence of peace as we go out and as we come in. We pray for healing that will allow us to coexist as a family and not just as individuals. And then finally, God our Father, we pray for our agenda today as we enter into our first chamber meeting of this year. May we as members of this great city join in partnership to support, to encourage, to serve our mayor and his staff, and all the elected officials as they diligently work and serve to make this great city of Hawthorne serve as an example to our surrounding communities. It is in your name we pray today. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
for all. Okay. All right. Thank you guys all for being here. Yes, if somebody could work on the temperature in the chambers, I think it'd be much appreciated. Okay. Do you have anything? The roll call?
Councilmember Johnson?
Present.
Councilmember Manning? Here. Councilmember Reyes English?
Here.
Happy birthday, Mayor Pro Tem Montero. And Mayor Vargas.
Here. Right. Thank you. All right. Right now's a good time for you guys to start filling these out, if you have them. The Public comment section. Go ahead, ma'am.
We read
Public comments?
okay. Pursuant to Government Code Section 549.3, all remarks should be addressed to the City Council as a body and not to any individual council member. During oral communications, speakers shall have 3 minutes to state their business. The Brown Act prohibits the City Council from providing a detailed response or acting upon any items not contained on the agenda. The governing bodies as a body shall have the discretion at the close of oral communications to refer any remarks to the city manager for study, investigation, report, and/or recommendation. There was one written communication received from Torrance Refinery Action Alliance, Indivisible South Bay, and written communications can be found online under Government, City Clerk, and it's on that page.
What's the nature of their comment?
They are actually informing us about a meeting regarding the Torrance Refinery.
Mr. City Attorney, is that sufficient to note that it's online, or should it be read into the record publicly? Yeah? Okay, thank you. Pat Donaldson, Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and Happy New Year. I am very happy. Our Christmas and toy giveaway was the best that it has ever been in the 25 years that I've been here. We gave away so much, and McDonald's came and gave Happy Meals to the children. PetSmart gave 800 stuffed animals to the children, and I want to thank, I can't believe it, I was in shock that our mayor came to our event. See, you're getting applause. And I want to thank the Hawthorne Police Department and our chief for everyone that came, the fire department, Alex Montero, Vaughn, our city manager, Faye and Dana and Katrina, and of course Angie was ill and couldn't make it, and I apologize. But thank you everyone for being there. I'm really so happy. And two more is that the only outstanding bill that we have is our pumpkin pies, which were $998, and I'm hoping that we can get the city or somebody to help us pay that. And the last thing is our Business Expo, which is going to be May 14th, and that will be at the Hawthorne Memorial Center. So anyone that wants to be involved in that, you can call us and let us know. You all have my phone number. If you don't have it, it's 310-754-9564. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Kathy Gore.
Quick and efficient. Good evening, Mayor, Council members, and city staff, and Happy New Year to everybody. I'm Kathy Gore. I'm a 30-year Hawthorne resident and homeowner. As most of you know, I'm an advocate for our beloved Hawthorne Pool. I swim there regularly, and my daughter's on the local swim team that's practiced there for nearly 25 years. There is a big missed opportunity at the Hawthorne Pool to increase revenue and programming and to decrease staff costs, all while offering more programs to Hawthorne residents and pool patrons. Last April, the year-round recreation swim program started, offering rec swim Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 1. So that meant that lap swimming on the weekends was shortened, and the aqua aerobics and the rental group times on the weekdays were pushed or to a later time or eliminated altogether. However, there is a way to maximize the space and the pool use. So I brought my visual aid today. This is an overhead picture of the Hawthorne Pool. And the shallow section is what's used for rec swim. The rest of the area is not utilized at all during that time. So why not overlap some of these programs and maximize income to the city and program offerings to the community. Lap swimming could be longer on Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 1 instead of closing lap swimming at 11 o'clock. And on the weekdays, what about local rental groups using that 25-yard section? The spaces are separate and they wouldn't cross over with rec swim at all. I'm sure that the swim team would prefer to return to their 5 o'clock time, and that one of the local high schools that usually rents the pool during their swim season and practices from 4 to 5 p.m. They aren't able to do that at this time with the current policy. For rental groups, there are usually 2 lifeguards on duty. For recreation swim, there are at least 3 to 4. So the facility is already adequately staffed during those times. If the rental groups don't have to come later to start after 6 p.m. or even later on weekdays, that would save on lifeguard staff costs, and the city would benefit by having income from the lap swimmers and the rental groups during this overlap time with the recreation swim. To be honest, it never quite made sense to me that the city would only use one part of the facility, leaving the others empty. It's really such a waste of our beautiful resource at the Hawthorne Pool. It's common for city programs and rental programs to share space at other pools, and it all works very smoothly. It's a great strategy to maximize the needs of the community and income to the city. So please consider directing the rec department to return to that model at the Hawthorne Pool. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next person is Alaric Simon. Alaric Simon.
Good evening, Mayor Vargas and all the city members and everyone that's assembled. My name is Alaric Simon, long-term resident of the city of Hawthorne. Been the current president of the Hawthorne Imperial Lions Club since 2017. I'm here because we're starting off the year doing real positive and strong things. My passion lies in doing vision screenings to the community, and we're starting off by screening 11 of the schools in the Hawthorne School District. We've done 2 schools starting yesterday. So far, we're screening on an average of 500 kids a day. So we're receiving like a 25% kids that needs referrals. So we'll be screening those kids over the course of the month. And then on the 31st, we have a very big screening at the Hawthorne Memorial Center. This is maybe about the 3rd or 4th time that we've done it there, that we'll actually do a screening and then supply with a free recycled pair of glasses. The club has been around since 1938. It's one of the longest standing clubs in the community, and I need members to help it continue to thrive. We're in over 80 years of service, so I'm extending an invitation for people to come join and help bring more Lionism to the city, and then definitely help with this vision screening, because that's where my passion lays, and we're doing a lot of positive things. So I just want to say thank you for all the support that I get from you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Joanne Varga.
Hello, City Council. Thank you so much for Attorney Caceres for responding to my request for documents regarding the noise proofing grant that was supposed to be submitted to the FAA. Thank you. But unfortunately, none of the documents provided address that a grant was even issued besides what was obtained for the initial sound study. And this is for the residents that are directly across from the Hawthorne Airport. So as it stands right now, I don't see anything that was ever done. So just wanted to let you guys know. Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to address the city council?
Hello, my name is Rev Stiver. I'm the CEO and director, founder of the Cipher Spot. We're a nonprofit dance and art organization here in Hawthorne. Couple of things I wanted to say was, first off, thank you. I don't know who put it together, but we were one of the performing acts at the Winter Wonderland Festival. And if you hear my voice is a little raspy, because I think my voice is still kind of recovering from yelling out to the crowd and hyping everybody up for our kids. We do free and affordable dance and art programs, and starting at age 2 all the way up to high school. We just finished our free dance week where we served 108 kids all last week throughout, kids having some kids taking class every single day, some just coming in for the breakdance class or just the hip hop or just the crump. Also, I'm happy to announce that we are the grantee recipient of the Youth and Arts Grant from the California Arts Council for 2025 and 26. Praise God. Thank you. And I do want to bring a proposal. On March 14th, we are gratefully partnering with Councilwoman Katrina Manning for our 405 traffic jam. This is a once-a-year event that we hold for free dance tournament and dance battle, if you want to get into the real name of it, for youth, but we also attract professionals. We bring in professional workshops, all these different things that are just accessible for the youth in our community who aren't able to travel to North Hollywood or take these lessons from these well-known dancers, and we provide it to them for free. In the past years, we held it at our studio, which is right here next to Rally's, and we've outgrown it. And so Councilwoman Katrina Manning offered a partnership to figure out something to do for this. And so we are potentially going to be at the community center. We already got the date, but we are waiting. I'm supposed to hear about pricing tomorrow. My proposal is that we don't just partner one-on-one, but we partner with the city as a whole to potentially utilize that space for free so that we can put funds towards the other places that we need it to serve our children. Our vision is to see arts reached out to all the kids, no matter the financial situation. So that's my proposal. And also, thank you. And also, this was awkward.
Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Thank you. Gregory Gitch, as a citizen, he had a card here, so I just want to recognize that.
Thank you. So I've been a Hawthorne resident, my wife and I, for a little while. I'm a pastor in the area, and I've been coming to these meetings for a while. And I want to tell you what I see. You have a good police chief, you have a good city attorney, a good city manager, a good clerk, and a lot of pluses for the city. But I'd like to share a couple of things that, because I've had the privilege of meeting with everybody here, interacted casually, and I've learned some things about everybody here. I'd like to share some things that maybe the audience doesn't know, or maybe you don't know about your council members, if I may. I don't mean to embarrass anybody, but just hear me out. Alex isn't here, but many of you know the story about why he is who he is and why he does what he does. So I'll tell it and risk in my friendship with him. He knows that we've talked about this. So when he was younger, he was in a city in his town, on his island of Cape Verde, and when he was small, there was a lot of difficulties with food and with education and with clinics. Some little kids even died. And he, as a little boy, was forced to carry some of the coffins over to be buried. And that did something to him on the inside. And he promised himself that if he could, he would make sure that nobody was hungry around him and everybody had access to education. As you know, that's what he's done here. That's been his passion. And he's a very valuable person to have on the dais. Angie as well, I know, you may not know this about her, but she was a housewife and was tapped to have someone help her or help someone run a campaign. And she was so good at it that the person won and then won again. And because she was so good at what she did, they asked her to run. And she became not just a council person, but she got pulled into the city of LA because she's really good at what she does. She's done some really, really good things. In fact, she's the person at the front desk who gets all the hard conversations and all the hard questions. She deals with that. So she's a really excellent person to have on board. You may not realize that. The mayor, I've known the mayor the longest. He comes from a really cool family that loves America. He thinks about the country. He thinks about the city. He's been a long-time advocate of helping the whole area grow. He's good. He's a good leader. I've found that about him. A very good man to get behind to run the city, and especially if things get bad this year, which they might. We need you guys to kind of tighten up for what's going to come in ahead. Katrina as well. I'm running out of time. Katrina when she first got elected, all the pastors got around her and prayed for her. And they asked, like we do for you guys, we pray for everybody here. But she has actually gotten involved in all kinds of things, including she does the schools near my church. She actually hands out books. She's literacy. She's like helping kids to read. She's always been like civic-minded. She's helped us out of our Hawthorne Lawndale Ministers Association meeting. She actually read off the raffle until she ran out of gas. You can't. I mean, these are awesome things. You guys may not realize that, but this is really a special group of people here. All the fights back and forth, we'll talk about in a second, but you have to realize the quality of people that are here. It's not an accident. And Faye, did you know that Faye was in the Air Force? She went from E1 to E9 in 20 years. And if you've ever been in the military, you know how hard that is. She went from first class to the top of the list because they saw something in her. She still works for the VA. They saw enough in her to keep promoting her because of the job that she did. You have her up here as well. And you may not know this, but she reads the Founding Fathers. And she reads quotes from the Founding Fathers. So if you think about who's here, the people that are here in our city, it's an incredible privilege to have you guys here. And, a lot of people go back and forth and they complain constantly, and sometimes you guys fight up here, which is a really kind of a bad look. A really bad look for everybody in the audience. So with that, we're going to continue to pray for you, but I would like to make a recommendation. And that's that 2 times this year, in spring and summer, you guys go on a retreat together. Take a weekend off and go find out the good things about each other that you've forgotten maybe in all the wars in politics. I mean, our founding fathers want vigorous debate. That's totally cool. But, if you've gotten a little behind on how cool your compatriots are, you should re-look into that because we see a lot that you guys kind of miss sometimes. And we'll keep praying for you guys, so thank you.
Next person, please. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Ruben Sanchez, North Hawthorne Community Association. Happy New Year's, everyone. I wanted to bring up a subject in regards of we have reopened the North Hawthorne Community Association to everyone for St. Joseph Hall every first Monday. We are addressing a lot of the issues and concerns that have been, especially around the North Hawthorne area. It starts at 7 p.m. I know that our next meeting, I wanted to make sure that I bring this up. We're going to be speaking about the parking situation in our area. That's a very big concern for the residents. It's a huge concern for the homeowners. So it's something that we're inviting everyone from the north side of Hawthorne. It's open for everyone, but we're going to have some, I believe there's going to be a speaker. And we also wanted to invite our police, maybe one of the police officers can show up for that day as well. I know a lot of the residents, because we've already had a meeting on the 5th, and they were requesting a police officer to show up. So that being said, I'm glad everybody's doing well. I'm not gonna go as far as like Pastor did, but everybody understands what he says. But so I think everybody should get along, but there's also a part where there has to be some sort of accountability, and that's what a lot of people and the residents have seen throughout the year. So that's another thing. Jesus always talked about accountability and also some forgiveness as well. Maybe speaking about the truth, and then later on to forgive each other. But we have to clear the air first. Start a new year. Thank you very much. See you.
Okay. Next person, please.
That's a long walk. Hi, good evening, City Council. My name is G. Salvatierra. I'm a resident of Moneta Gardens, and I used to be a resident of Weisburn. I've been thinking about what I'd like to say to you guys for a while now, and I'm still kind of out of words, but I'm sure, as everybody's known on the news this week, that the President of our United States has illegally invaded Venezuela. What's the word? What else? We're still talking about the Epstein files. What else happened this week? The assassination of Renee Good, as well as a resident of Los Angeles County, Keith Porter, may you rest in peace, as well as Renee Good. And online, I will be honest, this is the first, like every day, right? Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I struggle a lot economically. And so aside from like the stress of poverty and tense ties at home. I don't really, that's a whole another thing. But the thing I really want to get to this week is that officially there's kind of like a bounty on the heads of transgender individuals like myself. I think it's safe to say that it is very, very clear that we're living under the Trump regime, which is unfortunate because I know that the city of Hawthorne to be a place of like really kind-hearted people. We have some excellent individuals in the room here with us. That really, I got to hang out at the Ocean Gate Baptist Ministry with Pastor David, and they were so kind to give me food, which is really helpful because I haven't got an EBT set up yet. I'm sorry, I've been trying to keep my cool. I thought I was going to be wearing like a white collar. I was going to look so cute. I was going to be rested. But no, I worked for very little pay. And I'm here, and I'm blessed to be with you guys. I really appreciate the words of those who have spoken before me. And I look forward to seeing what 2026 has in store. Because if we're the city of good neighbors, like, I'm sure we're going to act like it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up. Anybody else want to address the council? If not, I'll declare oral communication closed. So ordered. Right. City Clerk, your consent calendar, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor, I have 6 items on the city clerk's consent calendar. They're items 1 through 6 for your consideration and approval. Item 1, the city treasurer requests approval of the warrants. Item 2, approval of waiver of full readings of resolutions and ordinances on Tuesday, January 13, 2026 agenda. Item 3, approval of city council meeting minutes for the regular city council meeting of December 9, 2025. Item 4, resolution number 8574, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, authorizing certain designated City of Hawthorne officers to order the deposit or withdrawal of monies from the local agency investment fund. Item 5, resolution number 8575, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, authorizing certain designated City of Hawthorne officers to order the deposit, investment, or withdrawal of monies from the Multi-Bank Securities, Inc., MSB accounts. Item 6, resolution number 8576, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, authorizing certain designated City of Hawthorne officers to order the deposit or withdrawal of monies from the BMO NA accounts for adoption.
To the chair.
Yes.
City Clerk, please, I'd like to abstain from item number 3. I was not present at the December 9th council meeting. Thank you. I would also like to go ahead and make a motion for everything else.
Okay, so Mr. City Attorney, you got that? So with that, a consideration for 3, right?
Point of order. I'd like to ask the city attorney, even though Angie was not here, should she vote on this anyways?
Oh, actually, everything else.
Every city seems to do it a little different. Technically, the rules is if the council member had a chance to review the meeting on video, I have no objection if she wanted to participate in that. But if she didn't, just to err on the side of caution, it's okay for her to recuse herself.
Very good.
I'll second the motion that she made of all items except 3.
Thank you.
Please vote.
The votes are in. The voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Okay. I make a motion on item 3.
Second.
Please vote.
The votes are in.
What's the opposite? Okay, go ahead.
The voting reflects mayor and council voting yes. Andrew S. English abstaining.
I'm sorry. I just remembered the December 9th meeting. I left mid that meeting.
Oh, it's okay. You were here for action items.
Huh? I was? Okay.
Mr. City Attorney, can you confirm what was just said?
Yeah, what I just heard is that she was here for the action items, so she can go ahead and vote on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything's good. Ordinances, please, Ms. City Clerk.
Item 7, ordinance number 2260, a second reading, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Hawthorne, California, amending chapters 17.04, definitions, 1738, nonconforming uses, structures, signs, and parcels, 1740, conditional use variances, 1756, loading, 1758, off-street parking, and 1760, minimum driveway widths and turning radius of Title 17 zoning of the Hawthorne Municipal Code related to off-street vehicular parking and making a finding of exemption in compliance with CEQA in connection therewith. Recommended motion, staff recommends that the City Council adopt ordinance 2260.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, please vote.
The votes are in. Voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Okay, we have a general matter. Ms. City Clerk, Madam Clerk, can you read item 8?
Item 8, Clean Hawthorne Initiative Update, Public Works Department.
This is a presentation, correct? Ms. City Clerk, it is a presentation, right? Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and elected officials. My name is Selena Acuna, and I serve as the Public Works Manager for the city. Thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to share this presentation with you all tonight. This evening, I'll be providing an overview of our Public Works Clean initiatives. So this presentation is about transparency. Much of the work that happens behind the scenes, and tonight was just a great opportunity for us to showcase some of the work that we do and highlight a lot of our environmental achievements for the past year and explain why this work matters to our community. So as mentioned, public works are in our neighborhoods daily doing the work that residents depend on but may not always see. Some of these core clean initiatives include catch basin and storm drain cleanouts. This is very important, especially during rainy season where we have storm water coming down our streets into our catch basins, and we have to ensure that those catch basins are clean so that there's no flooding involved. We also do the bulky item and illegal dumping removal. We did receive direction from council to have stricter enforcement, which I'll go over. We do graffiti removal and pressure washing of bus stops and certain sidewalks. We also do street sweeping. We do contract with Republic Services to do street sweeping services on a weekly basis. However, we also have our internal staff take care of some of our city-owned parking lots and some sidewalks along our main arterials. Pothole repairs and street maintenance are very important, especially during rainy season. We see those pothole repairs increase. Homeless encampments, so we team up with the police department and community services and a lot of our outreach partners to help clean up some homeless encampments. We go in there, we clean up all the debris and any biohazard materials. And community cleanups and educational events, these are very important because keeping the city clean is a collaborative effort, and so just going out to schools and informing them of different ways to dispose of their different materials that they may have, whether that means biohazard or recycling. And then just maintaining that strong relationship with Republic Services, so having those monthly meetings with them and staying involved with their management team to make sure that any issues that we receive are addressed. And this is just some monthly statistics that we were able to pull. So on average, our team cleans over 80 storm drains a month. We have over 1,000 in the city that need to be cleaned at least twice every year. Bulky item and illegal removals, we remove around 800 bulky items every month. Our crews also address over 400 graffiti locations monthly. Street sweeping happens weekly and on an as-needed basis by staff. Pothole repairs, we are averaging 400 patch locations a month. homeless encampments, about 80 locations. As mentioned, we partner with police department and community services for homeless encampments. And then community cleanups, so we try to have those at least twice a year, but we do attend any educational event that we're invited to, just to educate the community on how to properly dispose of their waste. So back in October, our team came before City Council and shared what our cleanup efforts looked like at that time. We had one crew working at all times, plus a second crew 3 times a week at hotspot locations. Some of those hotspot locations include Moneta Gardens, Northeast Hawthorne, and railroad tracks. We were averaging about 2 40-yard containers a day. Now, just 3 months later, through this clean initiative, our impact has grown significantly. We're averaging 4 crews per day, 5 days a week, and collecting 3 times as much material. That's about 6 40-yard containers a day. We've increased our signage, so we've installed about 40 signs at alleys, entrances in our city, and at hotspot locations. We've also been pursuing various grants to purchase mobile camera trailers. These mobile camera trailers will be used to be placed at hotspot location to help us monitor. We did receive approval for 2 camera trailers this past month. And then more outreach efforts, so whether that means newsletters, schools, or event booths. Last month, we attended Hawthorne High School. We purchased a recycling bin that we gifted them, and the kids were very happy to just learn about how to properly dispose of their waste. I wanted to add this slide just because in December, Hawthorne received the gold level environmental achievement recognition through the South Bay COG and SoCal REN. This is the 2nd year in a row that we received this recognition, and Public Works played a huge role in just improving the energy efficiency at key facilities. Some of the projects that we worked on last year that helped us achieve this was upgrading the HVAC system over at the Memorial Center. We upgraded We installed heat water pumps at Senior Center and here at City Hall, and converted police department lighting to energy efficiency, so LED lighting. All these projects help reduce energy use, help lower our operating cost, and allow us to receive a 30% reduction in energy use with all those projects. In 2026, we're expanding our solar energy projects to reduce, obviously, the city utility cost, as I mentioned. Some of these projects include solar panels over at this new senior center and new city yard. We also plan to adopt a climate action plan that will provide just a clear roadway of how to guide our city into clean sustainability. The city yard also will have an LID project that will capture stormwater runoff and reduce, stormwater and will reduce runoff at this new city yard location. We also plan to update our gas electric heaters over at the police station into electric. We've been having problems there with that system, and we think it's a great opportunity to update those into electric. And just various sustainability upgrades at our parks, such as Holly Park and Memorial Park. We plan to install LED lighting, low-flow restrooms, and native plants. In addition, we're undergoing a water audit right now where we're going out to all our city parks to find water efficiency options. And none of this work happens alone. Keeping the city clean is a collaborative effort, whether that means across different departments, different agencies that we use, like Republic Services, our general maintenance contractor, but especially our residents. It's important for our residents to continue reporting any issues that they may see through the 311 app. That's where we get a lot of our reporting, and we're able to service those locations once we receive them. And I'll just close by this. Keeping Hawthorne clean, as I mentioned, is a collaborative effort. All the statistics that we reviewed today, it's not just Public Works, it's different teams in the city. And yeah, I mean, we'll continue to work together to continue cleaning the city, and we appreciate the continued support from council.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's give them a round of applause for this awesome report. We good?
To the chair. Thank you, Selena. I've always thought of our public works as being, the backbone to our city, and it really is. from all the men and women, everybody's contributions to the city, and it truly shows. I just want to commend everyone again for the regular cleanups that we have, where students come out and receive credit through our city and are making efforts to be in the city themselves to help with the cleanup. It's very important that we just remind our students and our children, our grandchildren, exactly where trash goes, right? And I also want to commend the city for implementing our trash bins for doggy trash. I think that's very important. I've seen more and more being used. I also want to make sure that more and more they're being picked up so that we could have ongoing pickups from our doggy trash. And even where there's places that we shouldn't even be cleaning, such as, LA County property, Caltrans property, Metro property. I could go on and on and on, but at the end of the day, the city is the one that takes the lead and helps in those efforts with hopes of being reimbursed from those entities back to our coffers. So having said that, I just wanted to commend you, the department heads, Akbar, just everyone, and say thank you, truly thank you for all that you do, and we look forward to a even more prosperous 2026 with you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your efforts in putting this together. And sometimes it's good it's like you guys. Sometimes we don't want to take credit for some of the stuff we do. It's just part of what you do. But when you put it on paper and you let people know, it's like, wow, that's a lot of effort there. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that are getting done. So thank you for doing this report, and thank you for you and the public works staff and all the people involved for keeping our city clean. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you, Selena. All right. City manager's consent calendar. City clerk, do we have anything for that? I think that's item 9 through 12.
Yes. Items 9 through 12. Item 9, progress payment number 3 in the amount of $222,614.92 due to Chapman Coast Roof Company of Fullerton, California for Hawthorne Police Department roof replacement project. Item 10, award of contract for alley improvement project number 25-08. Item 11, approval of a parcel map to be recorded with the Los Angeles County Recorder's Office. Item 12, approval and city manager or his designee authorization to execute a master equity lease agreement between the City of Hawthorne Police Department and Enterprise Holdings. Mr. Mayor, that concludes the city manager's consent calendar. May I have a motion to approve items 9 through 12?
I move. It's been moved and seconded. Please vote, folks.
The votes are in. The voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Awesome. Wonderful. Item 13, Councilwoman Katrina Manning, your discussion item.
Hello. Thank you, Mayor. So basically, I am respectfully requesting the support of my colleagues. I wanted to add Cipher Spot and Anointed Feet to our approved list because I want to be able to support them and give them stipends that I have. For 10 years, both these organizations have deeply rooted in our city, providing youth, structured dancing training, performance, opportunities for mentorship. They've been a positive outlet for creativity and discipline. They use their arts not only to develop talent, but to build confidence, leadership, teamwork, and self-esteem in our young residents. Cipher Spot, as mentioned earlier, performed at our Winter Wonderland, and they did an amazing job. Also, Anointed Feet have performed for the city of Hawthorne as well. And so I am asking you all to invest in our youth, which is one of the most powerful decisions we can do as a city. When we invest in our youth, focus organizations, we're investing in safer communities, stronger families, and future leaders. These organizations provide structure, purpose, and opportunity during the most formidable years of a young person's life. These organizations, they invest their time, their talent, their resources into our residents, sometimes without expectations of return. Year after year, they pour into our young folk. Organizations like these do not appear overnight. They are built through years of service, sacrifice, and consistency. Their decade-long commitment to the city of Hawthorne demonstrates reliability, impact, and alignment with our city values. Adding Cypress Spot and Anointed Feet to our approved list is a recognition of the long-standing partnership with our city and the work and the support that they have done and contribute to our city. I am respectively asking if you all can approve to add them to the list.
Would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to add Cypress Spot and Anointed Feet to our approved list.
Second.
Please
vote. You got excited there. Please vote, folks.
The vote's in.
Thank you so much.
The voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Sure. And thank you for bringing this. Thank you for bringing this to us and giving us a good background on them. Thank you.
To the chair.
Yes.
Can I ask, I know we were going to discuss the whole list. I thought that's what this was going to be also. What is the criteria for us to be able to put someone on the list? Have we ever put that in writing?
Well, first and foremost, there's already been a motion and a motion and a second.
That's not what I'm.
Right, I just want to make sure that's been settled.
No. Mm-mm.
What I can say is Resolution 8435, I don't have that in front of me, but it gives a criteria for Hawthorne organizations to be added to the list. If you like, we can bring that back for discussion, but in Resolution 8435, it has that criteria.
Okay, thank you.
That would be subject to council directives at the end of the meeting.
Yeah, to the chair.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you. So the history of the nonprofit organizations in the city of Hawthorne, they have to be a nonprofit in Hawthorne, registered as a nonprofit, enable for us to provide a stipend to the organization. They have to be approved through the council and then added to the list. But you're right, we have gone time and time where we've gone through the list, we've brought the list to all the council, we've gone through the list because there's some organizations that no longer exist in Hawthorne, and it just seems like the list is so long. But if we really go through the list and start striking those nonprofits that haven't been active, that haven't been requesting stipends, haven't been actively coming to the council and saying we're here, you know, that kind of stuff, we start striking those. So I think beginning of this year, it's a good idea to bring that list back, make sure we include the two that we just approved so that we could at least start striking. And if there's any others that we want to implement, that it's only fair that other council members have the opportunity to do that. So I'd like to see that list come back at the next council for us to go through.
To the chair.
Just a moment. Mr. City Attorney, that's good. Do we have a proper place on the agenda for that, right?
That's right. That'll come up at the end of the meeting under council directives. There will have to be a motion, a second, and then a vote.
Which shouldn't be a problem.
Shouldn't be a problem because it appears that we have at least two
We just
already.
want to kind of stick to the thing. If you could tuck that idea away, and then we'll just address it then.
I just wanted to mention that I know that we did bring the list. I think like maybe October, like just a few months ago, and we went through and we took off quite a bit of folks off the list, and we narrowed it down, I think, to like 37, 38 people. So I know that we recently went through that list and we combed through it pretty extensive, because I think we had like 100 people or something on that list, and we went through and combed through. So yeah,
To the
I
chair.
just wanted to mention that.
Okay.
Good point.
To the chair. Who's going over the list to make sure that these people are nonprofits and have their business license? Is that something we're supposed to do before we bring it to council, or does staff provide that information?
My recollection, we haven't done that. Most nonprofit organizations we're aware of in the city, our business license is always watching who we do business with, so that is being done, but we can make it an item that we have staff look into that if moving forward, if any organizations added to this list.
We can bring that up when we go over the list again.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so just my 2 cents is that right now, for the spirit of helping some of these organizations that are doing some good work, even though some of them haven't asked for money or anything, there'll be a point at which they will. I think right now, if we give it a decent amount of time for, us to just kind of feel out who's on this list, because as Councilwoman Katrina Manning mentioned, we just recently kind of cut out some. It's just I feel it's too recent to address it, but at some point, once that comes back, I think that's the point at which we could execute. Hey, are they a nonprofit? Are they in Hawthorne? Or is it an organization from outside of Hawthorne that wants to do this because, it's city money, and I think it should be given, I personally think it should be given to Hawthorne-based organizations.
Mr. Mayor, if I can add one component to that, I think if elected's going to bring this item to council, I would think that council member would have vetted that organization, right?
Yeah. At this point, I want to make sure we can, not continue the conversation.
It's not germane to what's up top,
Right.
the discussion.
Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Item 14, Community Events Overview and Chamber of Commerce Coordination. Go ahead. Somebody brought this forth.
That was mine, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is, just so everybody remembers, this is a directive that we voted on last meeting to bring this forward, to have the city go over the meeting that we had on March 27th to decide, to do a review of that and what was discussed in the last meeting and bring that back to the council. And just for a point of clarification, we didn't vote to change anything at all last meeting, and I'd like for you to make that clear when you're going through what we're talking about. Everything that was voted on by the entire council on May 27th. What was voted on last meeting, December 9th's meeting, was a directive that I gave for the staff to bring back a report on what actually did we vote on. So that's the only thing that was voted on during our meeting of December 9th. So are you guys ready to present that?
Yes, that's my recollection as well.
Okay.
The basic gravamen of the meeting on May 27th, and I wasn't here, it was the former city attorney, was the mayor's concern with the amount of city resources, city staff working events that were itemized on Saturdays and Sundays. And so that was the main crux of the concern. And so on both May 27th and December 9th, the council discussed the coordination structure and the funding of the community events, including the role of the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce. And so what we've done now is we prepared this item for you to discuss, to document prior council discussion and to provide for an opportunity for limited direction to staff to ensure consistency and alignment with council priorities. But back on May 27th, there was ultimately a vote of 5-0 to approve a certain list of events that were to take place. And so, for example, the Chamber of Commerce-led events were to be the Business Expo, the Gobble Operation, one for the employees, one for the community, quarterly meet and greets, toy giveaway. The City of Hawthorne-led events were to be Black History Month, Bunny Breakfast, spring event, community cleanup, fiesta in the park, Halloween event, summer concerts and movies in the park, Touch a Truck, Winter Wonderland. And then there were some events that were for review and potential partnership. That was the Autism Walk, Juneteenth, and the car show. There was quite a bit of debate as to Women's History Month, and so that ultimately was decided to be recognized during a city council meeting consistent with the prior city council direction. And so with all that in mind, now that you've brought it back, if the council wishes, under discussion items, staff at this point is seeking confirmation of the event classifications outlined above and the general direction regarding the use and stipends and coordination for city-sponsored and chamber partner events. And then staff is looking for clear direction from the city council, and this is important to ensure that we apply a consistent, transparent approach when planning, funding, and supporting community events. And this is very important to avoid confusion in the event planning and execution. And so at this point, we're just looking for further direction to assist staff in delivering well-organized events, community events, maintaining positive partnerships with the Hawthorne Chamber of Commerce and other stakeholders, and ensuring city-supported activities align with the council priorities, as I've already said. So that was the basic import of that whole discussion.
Okay, so I did not hear in there that the city council was not supposed to be involved in these meetings, in these events.
That's correct. There was a determination that city council members were not to host and be involved. It was supposed to be city staff.
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question. Was Pat Donaldson and the Chamber of Commerce, were they contacted, and were they willing to host those events that were listed under her column?
I do recall that she was present and she was actively involved, yes.
Okay. And does that mean that because we have those events listed, are they guaranteed to happen every year, or not necessarily, depending on maybe some extra unexpected circumstances? Maybe they're not all guaranteed to happen each year?
That would be a question for the chamber, Mr. Mayor. I mean,
you might, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I can't speak on behalf of the chamber, but the recommendation from council was to have the chamber take over those events. Your question is to ensure, or will they have those events? I think that's a question for Pat Donaldson.
Okay, well, she can't be brought up at this moment because she's outside of the discussion, right?
That's right. But
okay, and what about our events? Are they guaranteed to happen every year, or just based on logistics and...
Based on the fiscal year budget?
Okay,
yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. Because, hey, this event can't be held because X reason. Oh, okay, all right, ultimate. Or this one can't, but you're going to be making every reasonable attempt to host them, right? To have them.
And so I guess we need clarification on what does it mean that city council is not supposed to be involved, because I was clearly told that I could no longer even contact the businesses in the meet and greets. I was not allowed to continue with anything at all whatsoever with the business meet and greets. And I voted yes for that because it was also said that that applied to everything else. So if that was being applied equally, I voted yes for that. So can you clarify what exactly we voted on when we said that we were not going to be involved in any of the events?
Well, to me, when I watched the video, it was unequivocal, just as you stated. But now that you've brought this back, the council can discuss it now and further clarify as to what that means.
I think we established my opinion is that we established this already. It's already been decided. In my opinion, I don't want to take any action. There's no action to be taken. It's just an overview discussion. I don't know why it was brought back. My opinion. Everything as is. I want to keep it that way.
To the chair.
Yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify. So for my event, which is Mother's Day, is it saying that I can't be a part of my Mother's Day event that I'm hosting? I can't. Is that my understanding?
No, I mean, if you wanted to be involved and be there physically present, that's not.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking if I can be there. I'm asking if I'm hosting Mother's Day, is what has been established saying I can't be involved.
Okay, again, so my recollection is that back on May 27th, there was an established list of events. That was a discussion, and there was a clear determination, this is what took place on May 27th, that the city council was not to be involved, not to host, and that was the determination. I wasn't there.
Okay, so is that a yes or no?
Yes, if I understand your question correctly, there's not to be any involvement of the city council. It's supposed to be the city's.
So then I guess I would like to bring this back for amendment because there is no way that I'm going to allow this event to happen without me hosting it. I was the one that came up with the idea. I've been putting it on for 3 years. It is well received, well appreciated. And so therefore, for me not to be a part of it, that's just not going to happen. So I don't know what we need to do, but I'm asking if you guys could bring it back so we can amend and re-vote on it, or you can take it off the list so that I can do it in a different way.
To the chair.
Just a moment,
Yeah, it's, so,
So if I can just jump in for clarity, my recollection of May 27th, your Mother's Day event, you would be able to host on your own. It was the women's event that would come back to council. That was my understanding, but I think as our city
Right.
attorney said,
That's
this
what
is the
I
This is the
understood.
time to discuss it, and it's not David Caceres' decision to make. It's the,
No.
it's the-
I'm just trying to get clarification from him to understand so that I'm clear that that was what was being said. I understood that I would be able to host it, but just in case, I just want to make sure that it's written that I do plan to host Mother's Day. By the way, it's May 9th, so put it on your calendars. So that I plan to host it, and whatever needs to be done to make that happen, I just want to make sure that we clarify that.
Point of information, Mr. City Attorney?
Yeah.
She's next, by the way. So is the event that she's talking about, is that within the scope of what we're talking about, or is it outside of the scope? Is it on the list, or is it not?
I think the city manager just clarified that
I just need
point.
to hear it again, because there's 2 events, right?
Which 2 events are we speaking of for Councilwoman Manning?
Yeah, there was
Yes,
2.
Mother's Day, to my not understanding, May 27th, she would still be able to plan and organize Mother's Day event. The women's event would
Okay.
come to city council for a recognition during city council meeting.
So
that was
that's-
my
That's her own
understanding.
independent event. That's fine.
To the chair.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, again, this is so petty. It really is. Faye, your event, the meet and greet, I don't understand why, you couldn't participate in, it's your event. You're the one that suggested it. You're the one that started it off. I just don't understand how all of a sudden, there's a dictatorship up here telling us what we can and cannot do.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm having my 19th annual Operation Gobble, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's going to happen. It's going to provide turkeys to the employees. There's going to be a Chamber of Commerce that's going to provide turkeys to the community. And that's all that has to be said. And if an item needs to come back to rectify, if Faye wants to participate and do her meet and greet, which I thought that was a great idea because we've never done that before, and there was businesses coming to Chambers, which they never would come if it wasn't for her idea. The same with you, Katrina, with regards to recognizing women in the community. I have yet to see the mayor recognize any men in the community for what they're doing. That's good. But anyway, having said that, Angie's back, right? I think you should bring the item back so that we could again have a discussion and stop this pettiness of who does what and what does what and et cetera, et cetera. I was reading the paper in the Tribute, and I just thought it was hilarious, some of the stuff that was said while I was gone, okay? I'm only talking because, there was a lot of BS going around, people talking out of their, what.
Mr. City Attorney.
Anyway, I'm talking.
Mr. City Attorney.
I'm talking.
Point of information, Mr. City Attorney.
I'm talking.
Mr.
There's a
City-
decorum. I'm talking.
Point of information.
No, I'm talking.
Sir.
No, there's a
Okay.
decorum. I am talking. Accountability. Accountability.
There's a point of information
no.
on the floor? Okay.
Quorum. Decorum.
Okay,
Decorum.
I'm going to invoke the
And
rules of
I don't
decorum where
care.
she's not
Decorum.
honoring the...
Decorum. When
We're
I was
in a
gone,
recess for about
when
5-10
I was
minutes.
gone, he called me.
City Council is back in session at 7:22. And I wanted to just remind council members up here and the public that we do have a code of ethics conduct, and I'm going to specifically refer to HMC section 2.06.150 in regards to, letter A. Every council member desiring to speak should address the mayor, and upon recognition by the presiding officer, shall confine him or herself to the question under debate, avoiding all personalities and violating standards of good taste, propriety, or polite behavior. In addition, we have a code of ethics in which everybody up here voted for it, in which it was said that I will treat my fellow officials, staff, and public with patience, courtesy, and civility, even when we disagree on what is best for the community. I will conduct myself in a courteous and respectful manner at all times during the performance of my official city duties. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Mayor, I just have 2 points when you're ready.
yeah, go ahead and put 2 points.
So real quickly, again, I wasn't here on May 27th, and that might be part of the problem. We've had a lot of lack of clarity. And the second point I want to make is this is up for discussion. So pursuant to the Brown Act, you can make a determination as to how you want to proceed from this moment forward. But I will add that you only have 4 council members. So if there is a split vote, then the motion will not carry. So please take that all into consideration.
Okay.
To the chair.
Yes.
Back on number 14. So when you talk about Mother's Day, the event, this is not going to be a city event?
I think we'd have to ask Councilmember Manning. It's her event that she put on previous years. So did you consider it a city event, or was it your own event? Or was it a city-sponsored event?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that when I got elected, I wanted to have an impact on the community. And in particular, I wanted to make sure that I honored women and I honored mothers. And so I came up with this idea to make sure that the work that I was doing was not only impacting our community, but making sure that I was having an impact in the women in our city life. And so when you talk about if this is a city event or a council event, I'm looking at it as it's for our residents. It's for the women that live in the city of Hawthorne. So I would consider it to be a city event because we're going to have it at the Memorial Center. And I'm going to invite the city, and it's a free event. I do fundraising for the event so that the mothers can come and not have to pay anything, but also I give a gift to them, and so they can enjoy that day of appreciation. So when we voted for it in May, there was a lot of discussion back and forth, but we ultimately came to the consensus of that would be an approved city event because it would be it would use some of the city resources. Clearly, the cost of putting the event is not paid by the entire the bill that's paid is not by the city. So the city does allow me to use the facility and the staff, but the cost of the event is all fundraised through organizations that support women and women empowerment. So that's my answer. If you want to be more specific, maybe ask me another question, but at this moment, it's a city-approved event that we approved back in May. And
That's right.
yeah.
To the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to see your events continue, just like I would like to see the meet and greet continue. You know, again, nothing should have changed. We should continue as is. The only thing is that we brought Pat in to help, because from what I understand, staff was overstaffed, or, you know, they were unable to do things that otherwise they would have. So they asked Pat to intervene, including the ribbon cuttings, you know, business, because she is business. But I would support your events, just like I would support Faye's.
To the chair. Okay, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm very rule oriented. If you tell me or we decide on something, I expect that that is across the board. And I've watched May 27th several times because I thought maybe I was confused, and this had to do with Operation Gobble, because I was under the impression, based on what I believed happened on the 27th, that Operation Gobble was going to go to Pat.
That's correct.
The chamber. And then I found out Operation Gobble was taken out of the chamber and done separately, da 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 da. So it's all about rules with me. I'm about process, not people. So I know you take it personal. I wish you wouldn't, because it's not personal. It's about the process. And according to what I've seen from May 27th, it was said over and over again that council was not to be involved. That if you wanted to do an event on your own, you're more than welcome to do it, but you cannot use city resources for it. If it's not on the list, you can bring it to the chamber bring it to the council to be voted on, to be put on the list, but you're still not going to host. If you wanted to host it, you have to do it on your own without city resources. There were several reasons why. One, it was overwhelming for the city. We have too many events, and I have that number here somewhere, but it's like one or two a weekend. And then the other was the amount of financial resources that came from, that was put into these events. So that's what Councilwoman Faye Johnson, needs clarity on, because we all voted for that 5-0. I even had every single member of the council up here tell me that I was not allowed to participate, including I was not allowed to participate. We can go back and look at it, but it was there because I've watched it several times. And so I just think we're at a point now, we need to, until we have another member, we vote tonight, it doesn't matter, but we need to stick to what we agreed to, what we voted on, because that's what the city is expecting us to do. That's what the community is expecting us to do. We can't come up here and say, well, I'm going to do it anyway with or without your permission. You can. That's totally within your right, but without city resources. And so that's what we agreed to, 5-0. Am I missing something?
No. That needs to remain. That needs to remain the case, and any vote today won't change that. So,
Well, just so you know, that was my recollection. That's what's taken place. It is now up for discussion. You can discuss, you can make a motion. If there's a second, you can vote. So you can make a determination. You can change those rules, but Councilmember Johnson's recollection, in my opinion, is accurate.
I'm done with item 14.
To the chair. Can I do this now, or should I wait until elected officials report? But I want to give a directive that we bring this back at the next council meeting.
Directives are at the...
It needs to come back to the directive portion for information. Okay? Good? All right.
Perfect.
All right, guys. So we're up. Good. So now we're at the elected officials reports. And I just want to give a heads up to all my council colleagues that today we're going to keep the same order of the council discussions as we have had it in the past for the city council members, the three council members apart from the mayor pro tem. So I'm giving everybody a heads up that for the next meeting, I'm going to randomize it so people get to speak in a different order amongst the council members. Okay? So
To the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm looking at this, and I just wanted a clarification to our city clerk. So we do the elected officials report, and then we separate the directives, right? So when I'm giving my report, I can't give a directive during that time.
Exactly.
And then you'll come back around and ask us if we want to do directives.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
mayor will.
Got it.
I'll call for that, and then
All
you can
right,
just
thank
go ahead
you.
through it. Go ahead, Ms. City Clerk.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today. I wanted to make note of for everyone to make note of the changes to the agenda. We now have agendas in Spanish. You can translate them in basically any language online. If you go to the city meetings, there's a little tab you can kind of hover, and you'll see where you can change the agendas and make it any language you like. Public comments have replaced oral communications. I think that people don't really understand what oral communications are, but public comments make sense. Written communications, as I received the written communication about the Torrance refinery, anyone is welcome to submit written correspondence regarding an item on the agenda. You may submit that to the city clerk's office via email at cityclerk@cityofhawthorne.org. They will be accepted until noon the Monday before the council meeting. After that, they will no longer be accepted. They'll be posted, as I will not be reading them. I will mention them, but I will not be reading them. They will be online on the city clerk's page for written communications. You'll see it there. If you have any questions, you can always call and ask. Beginning tomorrow, the city clerk's office is going to close for a portion of the day in order to catch up on minutes, agreements, and our paper project. We find that we're not having enough time to get done with that paper project, so we have to close our office. We will be open to subpoenas and claims and very important things, but it will be a knock on the door type deal, and we'll come out and handle it. We have started adding agreements to Agenda Quick and also commissioner information. There'll soon be a link where people will be able to apply for a commission online. I urge you all to do so. And I wanted to make an announcement that I've been appointed to the Community Service Policy Committee for the League of California Cities. So I'll be traveling a few times a year this year. My appointment is for 1 year. I'll be in Sacramento next week for the Mayors and Council seminar. I wanted to send some good juju to Ronnie here, who had a little accident and was in the hospital over the weekend. And I just wanted to thank everyone again for coming out, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Faye Johnson, please.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. We appreciate you being involved in your community. It's very important that you do come and you do speak up and you do make your voice heard. Thank you very much to our meet and greet prior to the council meeting tonight. It was the pizza show. It was very delicious, as usual. And so a couple other non-food vendors, but it's an opportunity for you to get a taste of a little bit of Hawthorne and to meet some of your businesses in your neighborhood. So it's great, and thank you, Pat, for taking that on. I'd also like to acknowledge the Kiwanis Club. Once again, they brought the spirit of the season to life with its warm and welcoming family Christmas breakfast. And families gather to share a delicious breakfast, make memories together, and to give children a wrapped gift. And these gifts are specifically chosen for the child. Their name is called. They get to come up and sit on Santa's lap. And we were disappointed we didn't have Mr. and Mrs. Claus there, but Mrs. Claus had a little incident. So thank God she's still with us, and you're in our prayers. And Ronnie, you too. I'd also like to do a shout out for North Hawthorne Community Association for their Merry Grinchmas. It was super cool, and the Grinch was there, and Mo Awadala was the Grinch. That was cool. And then I tried to be the dog, but I forgot I'm claustrophobic. And I was like, oh yeah, I can do it, no big deal. I went to put that sucker on my head, and I'm like, I'm claustrophobic, I can't do this. So fortunately, we had another young man in the crowd that was willing to do it, and he had a blast. I'm sure he's going to talk about that. That's a memory that we made for him, but it was great. There were a lot of people that came out, a lot of vendors that contributed. We had Unified Federal Credit Union, Mattel, Republic Service, Tap Truck, Humble Hearts Academy, McDonald's, the owner, Tawani Blade. They all contributed to the celebration. We also had some council members that also contributed financially to the community event. That was Mayor Alex Vargas, Pro Tem Alex Montero, and myself. And of course, they had plenty of volunteers. They had Lely Fernandez, Kathy, Mo, Usmani, Ingrid, and even the students of Hawthorne High School came out and helped make this a great event. We also had another event during Christmas that was a huge success, and I had the privilege of being there and watching all the action. This was the annual Christmas toy and food giveaway. There were over 2,400 toys that were given away. Each child got a stuffed animal from PetSmart, and they had an opportunity. It was so cool. They had an opportunity to go around in this pit full of tables with toys on it, and they could pick out 3 toys to go with them to go home. And then the families walked away with bags of food. And it was really good. And I shared with a couple of folks there, I grew up in foster care. And there's a lot that leads up to a child being in foster care. And that's that family out on the street waiting for that donation. And that was me. That was me not knowing where my next meal was going to come from as a child. You know, glad that school was taking place because I could get to school and I can get a free meal. But my sister, who was 7 years younger than I was, didn't eat. So I would sneak my lunch home for her so she would have something to eat. And this is real, guys. This is real in our community. And I think what took place for the Christmas giveaway was tremendous because the children, they don't know they're poor. They really don't. I had no idea I was poor. It was just life, you know. We wanted stuff we couldn't have. I thought that was normal. And to bless a child with 2 or 3 Christmas gifts that mom and dad can't afford to buy is huge. And it wins so much credibility to the parents and that family to be able to provide that even though they didn't buy it, if that makes sense. So shout out to the City of Hawthorne's employees that were there that helped this be a magical moment for the kids, for the police department, SpaceX, PetSmart, McDonald's, Moose Lodge, WaFed, South Bay Wib, Home Depot, South Bay Ford, Pizza Show, Bear Elegance, Artistry, Wedgwood, Sports Basement, Soft Cafe, Rosecrans Veterinarian Clinic. Eric Lentil, who's with Archer Aviation, not only did Archer contribute, but Eric actually brought his family and put them to work. So they were out there helping. And we had optometrists, dental, Guy Hawker Realty, Kiwanis was out there, Shirley Hoffman, Deanna Gerald, Richstone Center, Systems Tech, Coast Fitness, Pastor David, and again, Humble Hearts. Humble Hearts tends to pop up in all the things that we're doing. So it's just awesome to see that the City of Good Neighbors really is the City of Good Neighbors. Even if, you know, it seems like we can't get along up here, it's not representative of what the community is doing right now. So thank you very much. Hawthorne Eats. This is huge, guys. Hawthorne Eats, they kick off on January 25th from 5 to 8. We're going to be at Medici's Wood Fire Pizza and Kitchen, which is right across the street here, right? Yeah. The Medici's? Yeah. And what this whole week is going to be about is where you get a taste of Hawthorne without the expensive prices that go with it. Because we've the city has worked out deals with these different vendors that each day of the week during this week that they're going to have a prefix menu with a decent price. So you don't have to spend, $50 for a hamburger scenario. So if I'm not mistaken, Vaughn, what's going to be the prefix price on that one?
$10.
$10, folks. Come out and get your $10 something. Is there anything you want to say on this?
We welcome the community to come out. This is the first time Hawthorne has done something like this, to my knowledge. The question's asked, what are you doing for the Olympics? What are you doing for the Super Bowl? What are you doing for all these events coming up? This is what we're doing. This is our first year doing it. There's going to be some hurdles we have to jump over, but we're going to be successful. So the week starts at Medici VIP event. Everyone's a VIP. And then during the week, we have about 10 to 12 restaurants that will be participating with us that will have a $10 menu. And then on that Saturday here on 126th Street, we'll have a culmination event. We'll have food trucks. We'll have jumpers, face painting, a wellness portion of the event, a DJ, and we're just trying to get the community involved. And hopefully when LA 28 comes, we can emulate the same event and do the same thing that week. So thank you.
Yeah, and that final event, the Street Eats Fair, that's going to be huge. And to give you a little opportunity to kind of see what it's going to feel like for us to have our own farmers market too. You know, you're walking around, you got food trucks around, you got vendors around, you got kids running and playing hot chocolate on a cool evening. I think we're going to have a great time. So, and if I'm not mistaken, the council members are being asked to come out during that time, so we can make ourselves available to you guys during one of the days during the week of this event. So you'll have face-to-face access to us too. So thank you for that. And then our homeless count, last but not least, this is a great event. I've had the opportunity of participating in this. It's a wonderful event to be a part of, counting our homeless. And if I'm not mistaken, our numbers keep going down every year. So I look forward to seeing you guys out there this year. Thank you. I'm sorry, go back. If we could close the meeting in honor of Ruben Sanchez's mother, Guadalupe Sanchez. She passed away earlier this month.
I'll be doing that regardless.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councilwoman Katrina Manning.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Can you guys believe it's 2026 already? We got so much happening this year. We got the All-Star Game. We got the Super Bowl. We got the FIFA Cup. Like, all this stuff we've been talking about, and now it's here. And it seems like we're going to be on a roller coaster because it's going to go so fast. So I want to first thank Public Works. Thank you so much for your presentation. And I also want to get a shout out because I be watching you. And you do great work. You are a hard worker, and I just want you to know that I see you, and I see the hard work you're doing. And so I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Along those lines, I want to also say, Chief Lang, you're doing an awesome job. I appreciate all of those reports that you send. I may not respond, but I read them. And when I do read, when I'm reading them and I'm thinking to myself, wow, the amazing work that you guys are doing and the sacrifice that you're doing for our city and putting your life on the line to deal with some of the situations that you guys are having to face. And so I appreciate those reports and the work that you guys and your team is doing. Thank you all so much. Also, I'd like to say, Kawana, thank you. That Winter Wonderland celebration, that was fire. We had so much fun. I want to say thank you to Kawana and her team. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to our amazing city manager. Can we just give him a hand, please? You know, he tend to stay in the back, and when we take pictures, he stay in the back. But the work that he does is always out front, and I appreciate the work that he's done to even prepare us for going into 2026. While he's supposed to be celebrating and enjoying his time off, he's working and sending us emails and preparing us for 2026. And so I just want to say thank you so much. And also, I have to say, Pat, you have been doing a phenomenal job. You've been working your little butt off, making so many people happy, making the residents feel completely appreciated, feel loved with all of the gifts and events that you're doing. I just don't see how you had the energy. Like, you just keep going and going like Duracell. So I just wanted to take this moment to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. The residents appreciate you. I'm sure the kids just love you. We're going to start calling you Auntie Pat. And then moving on, the last person that I want to say tonight thank you to is David. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your consistent follow-up. You know, you're a man of your word. When you say you're going to do something, you're going to do something. You do it. And I appreciate your follow-up. So thank you so much. And thank you, too, for working over, you know, the holiday. Yeah, y'all clap. Go ahead. Thank you, too, for working over the holiday. We got some real workaholics over here. Sorry.
Hey, cheers.
Sorry. You drink to that? Also, there are so many events that I went to during the break. It's just so many to name. I wish Alex was here because he's really good at going down all of the events. But I will say that I wore myself out this year trying to be at every single event that we had. But we had a lot of events. A lot of work went into what we did. And I want to say thank you to the staff because you guys really showed up and showed out this end of the year. And I know we talk about having too many events, but I swear we had a ball this month of December. We had a ball. We really have fun, and we went out with a bang. And I'm so excited what 2026 is going to bring. I know we're going to have an amazing year with all the things that are going to be coming up. Also, put on your calendar Mother's Day, May the 9th is the day before Mother's Day. So just be ready to celebrate. We got a lot to celebrate this year. I know we got some projects that we're going to be finishing up, and I look forward to that. And I look forward to us making you guys happy and making you guys proud, and us just maturing as a collective body and working to get along. We may not be friends, but we're here to do the work. We're not here to, hold hands and skip and make friends. We're here to do the work of the people and as best as we can. And that is my goal. My goal is to do what I can to have an impact, to have a legacy, to make sure that when you guys wake up, you feel appreciated and you feel safe and you feel heard. That is my goal as a council member. I am not perfect, so there are things that I need to work on, but I'm always learning, growing, working every single day to perfection. I'm not perfect, but I'm working towards perfection. And with that, that's it for me.
Councilwoman Angie Reyes-English.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me first of all say Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to all. There were some events that I could not attend because I had family obligation. I truly miss the toy giveaway. That's always been my fun event, especially with Mr. and Mrs. Santa. But from what I understand and from looking at the pictures here in our Hawthorne newsletter, it speaks itself, right? Great pictures from everybody, from council members to attendees to just everybody. So kudos to you on that. I also want to make mention, there was remarks about the Hawthorne pool. I'll probably bring this back, Vaughn, in a discussion. I'd like to see that come back. I also want to make reference to the last council meeting where there was an item that was brought up. It was not a discussion action item, it was not on the agenda, and there was action being done on it. I'd like to see that item come back in a discussion action that the mayor recommended. It was having to do with the speaker that came up and had leaflets and things that were put on windows. There was discussion that shouldn't have happened here and votes that was taking place off of a discussion. You have to watch the video because everybody called me about it. It has to be put on the agenda for an action, not like it was. That was totally wrong. But if we could bring both of those items back, the Hawthorne pool, the leaflets on windows, that would be great so that we could have full council discussions on those.
I apologize for interrupting. If you can bring that up during council directives, that would be helpful.
Oh, I still have it. Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
I'm going to repeat myself. Okay, I'll do that. Let me just also make mention, let's see. I wrote down some stuff here. Alaric, with regards to your upcoming event for free glasses, the Lions Club. Let me know how I could help you with that. I'd like to help with that and get the date and time again. I truly support the FAA grant for sound study on 120th. I think that's important. I'd like to see something take place in those efforts, Vaughn. I also, Katrina, support free and affordable dance and arts for our kids. I think that's important. And I like the fact that you included Anointed Feet on there because they've been in the city for a long time. And that's in partnership with the city. There was one other thing I wanted to ask. Felice, I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Yes.
With the recent activity from the city treasurer that's not here for reasons we all know, could you please double check that the purchases of stocks and bonds by the city treasurer didn't have any beneficiaries listed or named? And if they did, that the city of Hawthorne are the exclusive owners of those bonds and things like this, purchases or investments that were made? And
The
then-
city treasurer would not have had that ability.
But I know that I know that you're having a forensic audit being done.
Yes, I get
Okay,
it.
I want to include that.
Councilmember, I'm so sorry to interrupt again. As far as council directives, they should come at the end of the meeting, and pursuant to our municipal code, requests of staff should go through the city manager.
Oh, so I got to tell Vaughn?
Yes, please.
Oh, well, see, I missed out on the 9th meeting because I'm all confused now. So what are we doing at this point? Elected officials reports.
Yes, generally, elected official reports, basically, at this point, should only be used to report on individual council member community-based events and/or subcommittee work. If you have specific items for direction, administrative direction, that'll come up at the very end under council directives.
Okay, I'll take that one back to directives along with the other two, right?
Right, that should come back, and remember, the council voted to approve an ordinance that now requires a motion, a second, and then a vote. And if there is a majority vote to approve that directive, then that directive will pass. That way, staff will have an understanding as to what exactly is being asked of them.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Since I don't have so much to offer with regards to reports, because I was not here all of the holiday period, but I will leave it at that, and then I'll bring back the items in my report. But thank you to all staff, department heads, chief of police, everyone that's doing a great job. But not only that, the year that we had was a great year, and I'd like to see that continued for all of us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. I hope everybody had a great holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, a New Year's Eve celebration. So 2026, we're hoping for it to be a good year for us. I know some of us have faced tragedy in our homes with our relatives. Some of us have had challenging times. The economy's not the best, and we're seeing a lot of things happening out in the world. That's kind of that is concerning for us, and we have had things happening here internally in the United States. So of course, that's whatever side you're are on these issues, it's still concerning because of how much negative energy is coming from that period. It doesn't matter which side you are on any of these issues or what you think of those policies, our policies abroad. Okay, nothing's completely a win-win for everybody. Somebody loses out. Okay, so I just hope we just make sure we keep that in conscious when we're like making decisions up here. And one thing that really particularly stuck out for me was the young lady or a young individual who came up and spoke about how difficult it is to get a job, maybe find a job, to eat. It's a reality. I don't want to get into the politics of it all, who's to blame and what party and which party's not, all that stuff, but it's a reality. People can't buy homes here in our state and in some parts of the country, you know, maybe anywhere. It's hard to get a job. This AI stuff's taking over and, you know, threatening people's jobs. And all that stuff's happening suddenly with this AI stuff. I mean, I went to Las Vegas just for a day or two, and I saw these automated, those little taxis that are there's 4 people that can sit in them, you know, and just take people from hotel to hotel. I mean, it sounds cool and everything, but that's like a taxi. That's like either a taxi company job or it's an Uber driver's job that's being taken away. You know, so, you know, no matter how you look at it, it's kind of they say that the jobs that are for the future are those that involve handiwork, the labor union trade jobs, you know, electricians, plumbers, you know, construction people that are going to build things. And maybe at some point, I don't see it soon, but maybe that at some point you're going to have robots doing all that stuff. I mean, let's just keep all that in mind, and let's make sure that we're conscious of the decisions we make and that we take an active part in making sure our elected officials in higher positions make good, responsible decisions and just control like all this technology and innovation, you know, for the sake of humanity too. You know, some people getting rich off of these things and that are kind of screwing people over. So I think it's very important to keep that in mind. So thank you all for being here. Let's take a look. So the purpose of moving the council directives towards the end was to make sure that we are conscious of, so that it's easier to keep track of. I do commend the city clerk and staff for coming together and breaking this up in this manner just to make it easier for everybody. It seems a little bit, I won't say awkward, but just different. But at the end, it's going to be beneficial. So also keep in mind that there's a 2 directive limit at this part. So make sure you group them or however, just so that you'll be able to present them as such. Okay, floor is open for council directives, action items.
God, I need 3.
Try to combine them.
So city manager, over the break, I had multiple people come up to me saying, we sold our airport. And I know you did a press release, but I guess maybe I'm asking if you can maybe do it again, because I want people to know we did not sell our airport, but like I had high-level elected officials asking me this information. And, you know, when I see them, I can tell them that. But, like, I don't know if it's something that we could do by letting our elected officials in our district know, maybe sending a letter to their staff saying we did not sell our airport. if you have any ideas on what we could do, but the only thing I can think of is to maybe put that that press release that you put out, maybe put it out again. But again, I have so many high-level elected officials asking us, like, how could y'all sell that? You know, so that's one. The other
Voting on
thing.
it?
Can we address that one?
Oh,
Just like
sorry.
So is there a?
You gotta make a motion.
Is there a
Oh.
motion?
point of information for my colleague. Would you like feedback from our staff on if they're working on something like that, or if they need to do something?
Sure.
Information, or would you like to just make the directive point blank?
Are you guys working on anything like that?
Not currently. We did 2 press release.
Oh,
We
okay.
actually spoke to Archer regarding our concerns on the misrepresentation of the purchase of the lease agreement. But if you want us to continue to put another statement out,
Well, no, I didn't know you did a second one, but I was just wondering, are there any suggestions that you may have?
I think you had a great one. I think we can package that press release and put it in an envelope and send it to our elected officials that's in our district, or our
Okay.
assembly member or our supervisor, if you like to do that. For clarification, David, is that a directive or is that just communication?
It is a directive administrative, and I think that's also a good directive to give. And if there's a second and a vote, we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion.
Yes.
Second.
Vote.
Please vote. Thank you, colleague, for bringing that up.
The votes are in.
To the chair.
The vote reflects
Yes.
mayor and council voting yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Vaughn, can we just also put that across our social media also? If we're doing a press release, I know a press release is a press release in press, but if it's out on social media, that's where I saw it. To continue maybe running that?
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be an amended motion.
Okay, so I'm going to amend to include what Councilwoman Reyes just requested.
Second.
Second.
Please vote.
The votes are in. The vote reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Nice.
Okay, my next one is, so my colleague Angie and I, we sit on LAWA, and I was at my last meeting, and during that meeting, they talked about some of the closures that we're going to be having because of the 105 express lane. And so I wanted to ask if we could maybe ask Metro to do a presentation or give us updates on where they are in terms of how it's going to affect us. Because I know, I'm sorry, I can't remember, but I think on the 30th, 31st, they're going to be closing eastbound 105 and then westbound 105. And so I know that that'll impact our community. And then I think February 1st, February 2nd, they're going to be closing the 110 coming to the 105. And so I think things like these that impact our city is important. So I was wondering, I wanted to make a motion if we can have Metro come and do a presentation about the closures, any upcoming closures over the next, whatever it is that's going to impact our residents.
I second.
Please vote.
The votes are in. The vote reflects mayor and council voting yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
To the chair.
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
I'd like to personally say that I like this structure that you guys have set up in the format, separating out the directives so that we're all focused at that one point in time. These are going to be our directives. I think it's very clear to us, it's very clear to the community and to the staff, and we vote on it and move forward as such. Given that, I have a simple directive. Can we update the work area here with a new calendar and update the time on our unit? I make a motion that we get new calendars and update the time on our units.
I second.
Please vote. Yeah, there we go.
The votes are in. Voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
And that's it for me. Thank you. Oh, I did have one suggestion. Can we just do the directives the same way we do the roundtable instead of us interrupting or having to say
I
to
just
the
think
chair?
it's somebody might inspire somebody else for something else, or
Okay.
we'll find the right way.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? We're good?
I think the council member.
What, I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing?
Directives?
Oh, well, I was told I needed to bring the two recommendations that I had made. I had requested that Felice, our finance director, to assure because of the well, I don't know how to direct this, but
Devon. You have to direct it to Vaughn.
okay, to Vaughn. Because of the situation regarding our city treasurer, I want to make sure, because I understand there's going to be a forensic audit made. Can we also include things that she would report out on to council, which included purchases of, stocks and bonds and things like that, that she would report out and tell us, where that our money was put. If we could just please reassure us that if there were any beneficiaries that were listed, or there were beneficiaries that could be included, that it was solely the city of Hawthorne as its exclusive ownership of investments and purchases in full control. So I just want to make sure I put that out there. And,
You have to make a motion?
And so that would be part of a forensic review.
Right.
Okay.
So I'd like to include a motion to make sure that those particular items that I made mention are included in the forensic audit. If I could make.
Second.
Thank you. I made a motion second.
Please vote.
The votes are in.
Okay.
Voting reflects mayor and council voting yes.
And I just had one other item, which is kind of a combo that should include items that should be on our next council agenda for discussion. One included a discussion that was made on the December 9th meeting of a speaker with regards to leaflets and business cards being left on our windshields in the city, and whether or not that's legal, illegal. And there was some discussion and recommendations and emails on it, but I want, because there was not full council present, to have a full discussion, that item be put on discussion, and the same for there was another one that I thought I included. The Hawthorne pool with regards to its utilization. So those are two items that I would like to move on, and if I could get a second.
No.
If you're putting if you're putting discussion items, you don't need council approval. You have the right to put anything for discussion, correct?
I thought it was.
That is correct. Discussion items, every council member does have the right to put on a discussion item on the agenda.
Right.
So you can do that as to the leaf letting ordinance, proposed ordinance, that you can do that, and then the other item could be a directive.
Okay. So it's only one item that's a directive?
Well, every council member pursuant to the municipal code can put items onto for discussion.
No, I know that. You said we have two, right?
You do, so
Okay,
you do have another one then.
Well, but, okay, so I'm really confused.
Can I point out I'm going to help you out on this because I think she could do that by doing it here, or she could do that by telling you offline.
That's right.
So I don't think these are not directives that count against her.
That's
that
right.
require a vote. These are just things that she's asking for you. So she still has, she would have other directives. What?
So you still have
Councilwoman Reyes thinks we have one directive left. First directive was the forensic audit from the treasurer, which was just voted on.
Oh, for sure.
The two items that were just mentioned,
Don't count.
those are items, those aren't directives.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
okay. All right, well, I think I'm done, but how can I add for council remembrance?
No, just.
Just give you the name? Or?
Yeah.
Let me just also give my condolences to Mr. Sanchez on his mother's passing. My condolences. I would like to see Renee Good recognized in council. And a moment of silence for her as well.
Right. So, good. We're good right now? Okay. I don't have any directives. I think everything's good so far. I think actually my council colleagues brought up some stuff that I think that were in the back of my mind. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I think it's good to bring well, this is not discussion, comments, right? So I want to see the leafletting one too, so we could discuss it in detail because there's additional information I gave. So I guess I want to double down on that directive. It's important to me. Okay? So thank you all for being here. We do want to have a moment of silence. We're going to have a moment of silence for Ms. Good. Let's just have it because every life is precious. Okay. May she rest in peace. And we want to have a moment of silence for Ruben Sanchez's mother, Guadalupe Sanchez. So let's have a moment of silence for her. May she rest in peace as well. Okay, so this meeting's adjourned. If there's nothing further from council members or staff, this meeting is adjourned at 8:14.